Welcome to Melanated Conversations, our narrative and our perspective.
Here on the podcast, we are amplifying the voices of Black women and sharing their powerful stories of transformation.
I'm Tyrion.
And I'm Yana. Let's start the show. Welcome back to another episode and season of Melanated Conversations. Yes. I am your co-host, Yana.
And I am your co-host, Tyrion.
Man, y'all, we are so excited to be back in the house.
Yes.
Ooh.
Partially outside.
Yes. But I said house, and that word lately has kind of been a little sensitive matter.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about it in the episode.
Yeah.
If y'all caught our social media, we kind of hinted at Terry and I going our separate ways.
Right.
So we're going to talk about a little of that today. We ain't mean to scare y'all. We still here.
We here. We here, y'all.
Here. But there is some things that have changed.
Definitely.
Between us. And we're going to talk to y'all about it because, it's been a summer.
It has. It ain't been no hot girl summer. At least not yet.
Not yet. I mean, it's been hot. I've been hot, girl. And it's summertime. But I don't know if it's a hot girl.
Fair. But definitely got out of Dodge real fast. Missed that boat. Not even mad I missed that boat. Okay.
Oh, so y'all, if y'all can't tell, this is like being back on the air is like a breath of fresh air for us right now. Y'all understand?
Yes.
We have been on a long day's journey.
We really, really have. First of all, I just realized I feel like I haven't seen your face since the dinner.
Yes.
So it's been no, that's a lie. Y'all came by the crib. Y'all came by the crib. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
You put your feet up on my couch.
I did.
One last time.
Every time I think about it,
be all right. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through.
Yeah. So y'all, again, this is our welcome back to the new season 5.
Season 5.
The 5th season. We're going to talk a little about, a little later about some of the wonderful women that we've had the pleasure of connecting and speaking with during this season. So we'll tell you a little bit about, just give you a high level, because you got to listen to the episode to really talk about.
Exactly.
But the women that we're introducing this season. So yeah, y'all get a little, little inside scoop on that.
Just a little bit.
But this episode, we just really want to it's been a minute since Terry and I just had a solo episode too, and brief you guys on, how we living, how things are going.
Right.
And we have a lot to talk about.
Sure.
So we're going to just kind of talk, if y'all don't mind, we want to spend a little time just talking to you.
I don't mind.
Is that all right?
Is that all right? That's all right with me. Let's get a little chitty chatty going on. Yana, what's been going on with you?
I thought you wanted to share first.
Oh, girl, listen. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, a lot.
Maybe let's talk about, let's share with the people what we mean by we've gone our separate ways.
Yeah, let's address it. Let's address that. Yeah, for sure. So, as Yana said, we didn't mean to scare y'all. You know what I'm saying? We still here, and we are definitely back and happy to be back. By that statement, what she meant is that, we are no longer in the same state. Excuse the loud noise if you hear some stuff driving by.
That's all right.
Oh, okay.
This is part of the conversation. This is part of, the story. So.
Exactly. This is a whole situation. So I have relocated to the East Coast. I'm on that East Coast time. The great state. I'm going to say states.
I think you in between states.
I'm in between states.
Got a toe in each state.
Man, I got a toe in each state. But I'll say the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. Queen City. So yeah, we now reside in a new city, a new state, relocated a couple of weeks ago, still trying to transition. It's been a crazy transition for us, but we are excited. I mean, my family are excited for this new chapter, this new season. And it's just going to be it's a lot of newness, kind of learning, not learning. Well, yes, learning new things as far as, like how to get around and all that stuff, but just new scenery. And honestly, I would be lying if I didn't say it has not been a breath of fresh air, because it really has been. It's been a breath of fresh air making or being here for us, even though things are not like settled and exactly how we want things to be right now at the moment. We still, you're saying it's a lot of people that's moving out than have moved out here. And because of that, y'all are making it really hard to find somewhere to permanently lay your head out here. So yeah, we are in between places. So I'm in the hotel right now. But anywho, without like going into all the extra detail and stuff like that. No, we're just excited. I'm sad because my cousin and I are not in the same state anymore, but you know what I'm saying? We family.
We gonna be wherever.
That don't change nothing.
Ain't nothing but a FaceTime and a Zoom away.
That's it.
Space ain't never been a problem.
Ever has never been a problem for us. And not only that,
it may take us both a little second to roll up if you wanna, step on one of us.
Right.
We gonna roll up.
That's gonna give us time to sneak up on you real quick.
Flights can be booked.
Ain't no problem. We can get flued out.
You can get flued out.
That's not a problem.
No, I was gonna say, so Terry actually, she found out the news. Like it had been, I think you guys have been toying with the idea for a few months.
Yeah.
And it was like official, was it like February, March time frame?
Yeah.
In the middle of season 4. So
right.
All this seeing y'all has been. But when she told me, I don't think that she was expecting the reaction, because I broke down on the Zoom.
Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, and actually,
I felt like Celia admitted. Like,
definitely. You broke it out in tears, and I was like, what is this wet stuff coming out of my eyes? Why am I? Why am I crying?
It don't take a whole lot to tap into my tap me into tear mode.
Right.
I was trying to be a G, but that one tear fell. And
I seen it.
It touched the hem of my cheek, and the rest of them was like, the rest of the tears just started falling. I'm happy for y'all.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm always happy for me coming up.
Right.
I was just like, she ain't gonna be, like, literally, y'all, we were literally, 20 minutes or so down the street from each other.
Yeah, legit. Like, so much so, our running joke has always been, but it was like, it's real too. Like, whenever we get weather coming, like one of us would text or call the other person and be like, is it raining over there on your side of town? Like, that's just how close.
Yeah, that wind howling over here. It's coming in about 5-10 minutes. Y'all be ready. Be in your safe place.
Bat down the hatches, because it's coming.
No, there was something else I was going to say to that. Gosh, I completely forgot. But yeah, they have now officially, made the transition. They're still in transition.
Yeah.
It's been a process. But yeah, we had our final, I don't want to say final, Jesus. We've had our time together before, and the family made the trek to the East Coast. So guys, it's all good. It just, because y'all house was like our gathering place too.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I've been contemplating riding down that street.
I need you to probably drive by just to make sure I want
to make y'all take care of this house.
The new buyers, then they ain't acting a fool over there.
Right.
On the street. No, you were so right though. We've had so many memories in that house, just with family and lots of
Razorback.
Yeah. Man.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthday,
New Year's parties. Like
just a day over.
Just a day over. We're going to throw something on the grill and we're going to get these jokes off and have us a good time.
Yeah. And hindsight is 2020. We thought about how, with the pandemic, how that changed the course of a lot of things for everybody. And for Terry and I, when we first started, this show and we were recording, we were going back and forth to each other's houses. We had a little quote unquote recording studios in each other's house.
Right.
And we would alternate our recordings over each other's house. And then the pandemic hit and we was like, oh snap. We family, but the COVID is still real.
Right.
Don't pick and choose. It's
no.
So we social distanced, of course, and we kept the recordings going, but we was like, we're going to have to try this Zoom thing. We had to upgrade our Zoom. Look, you starting out on your own. We were like, we on this free 45-minute plan.
I'm telling you.
And then we was like,
our conversations don't be 45 minutes, though.
Yeah, we might well go ahead and do the upgrade. So we started, from season 2? Middle?
Was it
2 or 3?
3. I think it was 3.
3?
Last summer was
season 3. Okay, I think it was 3. Started season 3.
Yeah.
We started recording completely remote. And who knew that was going to set the dynamic that was getting us in a new, normal of what our show would look like. And it prepped us for this moment. So now that no matter where we are in the world, with the exception of time zones, because even though she's an hour away, I was like, let's figure this out. But now, with the exception of time zones, we still can make it work. Nothing has changed, actually, from us from a recording standpoint. We still know how to hop on, and
that's it right there. Hop on. We hopping on. Hopping on. Let's hop on.
So in a way, taking, you always got to find the good, and I don't want to say COVID was bad. So taking the good and bad, that really helped us to get to this point.
Absolutely. I've had several people ask so how are y'all gonna make this work? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, we've been making it work for the past year. COVID forced us to, nothing has changed. That's it. Literally, like you said, COVID did nothing but honestly prep us. The Lord allowed that opportunity for us to still be able to work, first of all, where a lot of people weren't able to. We were still able to work and grow from this COVID situation. And that's not to be because I don't want to play it ooh, look, because of COVID, all these great things, because I don't want to take away from the fact that COVID resulted in millions of deaths and people losing their jobs and livelihoods and things like that. So I don't want to downplay that.
Right.
But just from our standpoint and the situation that we were in, it did allow for us to be able to adapt and to be resourceful and make the most of what we had. And in turn, not realizing that we would be at this point this year. It also just allowed us to, like you said, we had no idea that we were really transitioning into a new normal. Mm-hmm. So for that, I am grateful to God that he kept us and that, this has been a fairly easy transition for us as far as Melanated Conversations is concerned. And I'm just happy that we're back.
Yes. Well, y'all know there's another part of the story to this.
Yes, it is.
So for me, in my house, so interestingly enough, right around the time when Terry and them had made, the official, they knew for sure that they were going to be moving.
Our house on the market.
Yes. Our family was also we're actually in the process of moving.
Yeah.
So, but things changed. It has been a journey, y'all, a glorious journey. So we were blessed and highly thankful to be gifted a property back in our home state of Arkansas. And we were given the option to, there was no strings attached basically with this property. Like, we could do whatever we want with it. We can move into it. It was being used currently, at the time, as a rental property. So there was a tenant in it, and or we could sell it. So instantly, not instantly. We toyed kind of going back and forth with renting and possibly, moving into this property.
Yeah.
Because for one, we live in Texas, and we didn't know if our time was like, due to recent events and different things this year and last year with Texas, it was kind of like, do we need to evaluate, is this really where we want to be?
Right.
So that was, and the market here, the housing market and the craziness here, which I feel like it's touching a lot of places here in the U.S. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going through, but y'all know.
Yeah.
I think it was here in Texas where somebody offered $300,000 over asking price.
Oh my gosh.
300,000
over?
300,000. Who, what I'm not about to do?
It's paid that. Yeah, no.
So the craziness of, so we were at a point where we were contemplating on buying a property or moving into this property.
Mm-hmm.
And we already knew that we wanted to kind of move, but then this fell into our lap and it was like, oh, is God trying to tell us something? Like, we always said we wanted to move back home at some point in our lifetime because we really wanted to invest back into our community where we both grew up, and really, build on our investment portfolio. That's been our goal. But also, we have an older child that is going into her high school year, her freshman year. And I always said wherever she started high school is where she would finish.
Right.
So all these kind of factors coming together, and it's like, this happened. What's the timing of all this? Like a house fall in our lap.
Right.
We already said at the end of the school year, we was trying to, we was going to try to make a move regardless.
Right.
And it's happening right before the next school year. So I'm putting 3 and 3 together.
Oh,
and 3 things, and I said that sound a whole lot like God.
That sound real Trinity-ish.
That sound like the Holy Spirit,
the Father, the Son, and all of it. Yeah.
So I told me and my husband talked about it. I was like, maybe we should move.
Yeah.
When God say move, you move.
Man, just
when
like
he
that.
move, you move. Right.
Just like that.
So we focus our efforts on, on the move. And y'all, I ain't gonna go all the way. I'm trying to give you high level because I don't want to go, because this can be I really can write a book on this journey. But when you make a transition, you got to find schools, you got to do all, you got to get things set in place. And thankfully, with me and my husband's, jobs, we basically can be remote wherever we go.
Right.
So there wasn't necessarily an issue on that standpoint, kinda, because there are some things that kind of like, my husband is in the mortgage side. So, a lot of his here and different things. So all these things came to factor, but then we get to, you set your budgets, and then you set a secondary budget because that budget.
The cushion that you got to cushion.
And then you're talking about renovating a property when there's a housing boom.
Right.
And lumber is through the roof.
Man.
And workers, good workers, quality workers, are few and far in between.
Man.
And you're trying to do renovations in a totally different state.
Yep.
Not like down the street, not another city, not another county, but we talking another state.
Yep.
With different state laws.
Yep.
while kids still in school and activities in between, and trying to find time in between work to go back and forth and to and fro.
Man. And at this point, y'all are literally saying like y'all are going to transition.
Yes.
Like you've already started that process on top of that.
Yes. And, I mean, go ahead and make my disclaimer here is that, I am grateful, even with some of even with it being a journey in this process, I realize that how truly blessed we are, even in the midst, because we have a lot of family back home, because it's back in our home state. We have a lot of family in the area that has really been our saving grace in this process. But y'all, when you open up that layer, that top layer, and things start to crumble, you start to question, like, what the heck did I get into? So we took on a project that was a little bit more than what we initially bargained for. Previous tenants kind of ramshacked the property, and there were certain layers of the property. It was just like, what's next?
Yeah.
But y'all, we had family, and I say families, I ain't talking about human families. We had families living in the attic.
We can laugh about it now, but it was no laughing matter.
Trying to coordinate like I said, getting contractors and, subcontractors that actually show up and do the job right, and even just respond to your call, like, will come and then won't give a quote. Won't send the quote. It was just a lot of just, stuff.
Yeah.
We have weeks and weeks of rain, and thanks to family, we actually had family that had some guys come and cut, like, we had a lot of trees on the property, especially in the backyard. They cut all those down. We didn't get to make it to the tree, and the one tree that we really wanted to cut in the front, because we was getting a lot of rain, and we just hadn't got a chance to get the schedule to get it cut.
Right.
Well, this week's of rain, y'all, and our tree on our property decides he wants to do the lean back.
That thing said timber.
And we can laugh about it now because we are beyond it. But y'all, we get a call and it's like, y'all tree done landed on the neighbor's property. We said, what? A whole 100+ oak tree, y'all. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about big, strong tree.
Deep roots.
It was uprooted. Landed on a power line, which landed on the house. The whole tree.
Jesus.
And of course, we're in another state.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out. Because my first thing is not even the tree, but are the people okay? Was it people at home? And we had family there that were scrambled. They went, knocked on doors. Nobody answered doors. And the electrician, he went back. Nobody answered the doors. And it was just like, and this is where it's like, you have to question, because I'm like, well, do we call the police department and have them do a welfare check? Like, I was really contemplating. I was like, do I really call? And I was like, can we call the fire department? Do they do it?
Right. So I just don't know about fire.
It's not funny, but it's really true, y'all.
No, yeah.
I felt, what's the word? I really felt conflicted.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they're all right, but I don't really know. Anywho. Yeah. Cars have been moved. So apparently people are all right. We still never really, I don't know if we really got somebody to go over
to check, talk to people.
Actually talk to anybody, but the tree was gone one day, and they had a tarp over their house, and and our insurance, has been working on it. So on the backside, everything has worked out, but just, it's been a journey, to say the least. And to kind of conclude the story, because I did leave quite a few details, but
yeah.
Tyrion has been a part of every piece of it.
I said, I felt like I'm double stressed. I'm like, Lord, what's going on this week? What didn't happen today? I don't know. We still trying to figure out stuff. We ain't got nowhere to live. Like, just.
So the weekend prior, so we were there for a whole week when the kids got out of school. Actually, the kids got out of school. They actually got out of school, their final Tuesday, but they don't do nothing that Tuesday. Yeah. But we let them go that Monday. And as soon as we picked them up from school, we went straight on to the house. That was what we did. We drove all the way. We drove to the property, or to the hotel, to the property. And we spent the week there to, get our hands on, and, because at the time we was losing time and we wanted to like get as much work as we could while we gather. And also we've been going on weekends. Most people don't be available on weekends. So we were able to like schedule and meet with people, get quotes and things while we were down. So we did quite a bit of work that week. But also in that week being there, we came back and me and my husband was like, I had felt that a week prior, no, 2 weeks prior when we were down for the weekend, I was kind of going, oh, I don't know, Lord. I'm not here to question you, Lord, and I'm not trying to move on my own, by my own guidance. I just really need to hear you. Like, and it's not something that is coming from me. Like, I really feel like this property is meant for something to be utilized in another way. I don't feel like you're calling us back home just yet.
Yeah.
But I have been sitting with that. But when we came back that week, my husband was like, I don't know if the move is right now. And I was like,
because you hadn't said that to him.
No, I was like, okay, well, I was like, well, it's been a minute. We've been tired. We've been working, so it could just be the fatigue.
Right.
Let's table this and come back within 48 hours and decide what we're going to do. 48 hours, nothing changed. Like, man, we going to stay.
We ain't going nowhere.
And we wanted to also, because he was like, whatever we decide, like, we need to be aligned and have our reasonings before we bring it to our girls, because we don't want them.
Yeah.
We want it to be a solid decision.
Yeah.
Before we bring it to their attention. And yeah, we were just like, we looked at all out. We did our whole pros and cons, and there were pros and cons on both staying here and going there. And for the moment in our life period of time, it was meant for us to stay.
Yeah.
But with all that said, here's a lesson in that. What I realized, because I told my husband when we first got married, one of our major goals was that we wanted our first property to be a income producing property.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, don't miss the message that this wasn't a blessing. It was just we trying to interpret the blessing on our own. What we wanted the blessing to be.
Come on.
When God delivered.
Come on.
I ain't trying to preach. But God
Take your time.
But God delivered on the promise that in that goal that we wrote down.
Yes, ma'am.
Over a decade ago.
Yes, ma'am.
In this union of what we wanted.
Yeah.
And we were so hung up on, okay, the timing. Like, this is perfect. Like, this can't be nobody but God. Like, he knew that we said we wanted to move by the summer. Where
the
we
kids out, got to transition.
Right. That this, it just all lined up. And in this market, we got a house. We ain't got to worry about fighting in this housing market. And we interpreted it as it's supposed to be for us to go.
Yeah.
But God was like, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
The blessing was, I'm delivering on the promise of this is your first income producing property.
Right.
And we said, show right, God.
Sure did.
Sit me down and talk to me.
Come on. Because one thing about God, he gonna humble you.
He gonna humble you. So we have, of course, and thankfully we were able to keep our current property, so nothing changed there. So we ain't got to move at all. I mean, I ain't got to pack no boxes. I ain't got to pay no movers.
Right.
Outlet stuff. So, yeah, we have decided to just keep that as an income producing property, toying with either rental or at this point selling. We haven't decided quite yet, but we're leaning towards, one of the two options.
Yeah.
But still, it was a blessing. But the journey, and we made the journey probably ourselves. When we put that, sometimes you got to take the long route toward the sea. But God probably was like, I don't know why these kids doing
just running around, running them up,
just doing the most. But he probably finally like, they here now.
Right. Right. Well, that's the good thing. That's the beautiful nature of how God is. Because he be like, I'm gonna let you finish. Are you done? Is you done or is you finished? All right, now come on back. Yeah, because he be like, I ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna just let you do what you need to go. Like you said, go and tire yourself out. You be ready to come in here and take a nap in a minute. I told you to take a nap. I told you 2 hours ago, take a nap. But go ahead and wear yourself out. Right. You come in here and lay down when you get ready.
But I wanted to just say for that, not even just from our standpoint from a house, you can apply that to any standpoint in your life.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, don't get me wrong, a blessing is a blessing, but don't misinterpret what the blessing actually is. Because you could. I think it was when I had the epiphany when I was talking to you, Terry, and you was telling me, what was the story?
Was it talking about Joseph? Or Moses? Moses hitting the rock. God didn't tell him to do that. God just told him to speak to the rock. He was like, Moses got mad. The people over here complaining. You told me to speak to the rock. I'm going to hit the rock because I'm sick of them talking to me about the water that they ain't got. Struck the rock. I was like, I ain't tell you to do that. And since you want to be hard-headed, I'm going to give you water, but it's going to be bitter and y'all going to have to drink it. And on top of that, Moses, since you want to be real hard-headed and I told you to lead these people, you don't get to even make it into the promised land because of that. The rest of the people get to go, though.
Yeah.
You don't get to go. But everybody got to drink the bitter water.
Yes. And I ain't going to hold you. It's been some bitter moments, some bitter taste. Bitter pockets. My pockets have been bitter. Every time we got to swipe that card, like, what?
I can't, Jesus. Lord, ain't nothing free. What happened to these stimmies, Joe? Joe, I thought we did it. We ain't did nothing, Joe. Man, no.
But also part of that blessing too, again. I'm so thankful if y'all are listening to our family back home we've had family that has literally hands and knees on our property helping us.
Yeah.
From a physical standpoint, even financial, we even had an auntie that was like, now I can't do, I can't, these bones of mine, I can't do too much moving, but I can make y'all a meal. And you understand when you're traveling and you got food waiting for you.
It was like a home cooked meal.
I said, you say less, auntie. We can appreciate it. So thank y'all so much. We love y'all. And we literally couldn't have been where we are now, especially with this property, if we didn't have the help and support of our family. Because being in a whole different state alone and just having eyes and meeting with people and project. Our cousin Shaquetta, thank you for being our project manager on this.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And if y'all listening, her and her husband, they have a church, online church called Evolve Church. Check them out. But anywho, this is not a plug, but yes, check them out.
Get your spiritual life together. While we giving shout outs real quick, let me just give a shout out to all my people back in Texas. Obviously, Yana, she on the list, but Shayna, Crystal, my sister-in-law, Ashley, Christine, Jasmine, Elizabeth, y'all my people. Y'all been down. Y'all done held me down.
Brittany.
Down. Brittany. I don't equate Brittany to Texas.
Yeah, you're right. But
Brittany, yes. Brittany, definitely, yes. Y'all, man, when I tell you, these women have held me and my family down from watching kids to praying or sitting in the emergency room or just going on a trip or opening their home or providing a meal, like whatever, or just words of encouragement or just being able to sit on the phone or check in or whatever. These people have been solid people in my life while we were out in Texas. And so I just want to give y'all's flowers. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all know that we had a dinner, all the other stuff. But I just want to publicly acknowledge each and every one of y'all because, man, y'all are like, y'all family. I mean, some of y'all are technically family, are definitely family, but y'all are more than friends. Y'all are family. And so for me, while yes, I know, yes, the idea of moving across the country and like no longer be living in the same area, you know, had been kind of like, there are a little bit of fear attached to that, or just kind of going into something new and not having like that circle of people around you. At the same time, it was bittersweet, but not as bitter as I really thought it was going to be. Cause I was like, these people are my people, so much of my people that it doesn't matter where I am in the world or where they are in the world. Like they're going to be my people regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't gonna stop nothing. That don't stop nothing. And so, yeah, like I've literally talked to every single person that I just named since we've been here multiple times. And kept everybody up to date while we were on the road and all that jazz. So anyway, I just want to shout out y'all. I know sometimes I give Texas a bad rap, but that was one thing that I gained in Texas that I will hold on to for the rest of my life. So
yes.
Love y'all.
And I want to thank you, Terry, and give your flowers too, because you actually were the glue for a lot of like that circle, and even for me to be invited into a lot. Because I'm, you know, I hope y'all that we still friends that Terry.
I know, right? Y'all better.
No. But no, I was connected with a lot of them through you. It's funny because was it yesterday or day before yesterday? You know how Facebook do like the memories time.
Yeah.
And the first thing when I moved here, we did when we were soul sisters. We did that fun run. It was like yes, that came up on my timeline.
Forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that was like the first time I had met
intro.
Crystal.
Yeah. Maybe Chelsea. Jasmine. What I don't think Jasmine was like.
Yeah, it was Chelsea. It was Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was cool. And y'all been introduced to Shayna. We had the whole hair discussion.
Yes. Go back and listen to the episode if you missed it, season 1, episode 2 or 3, one of those.
Yes. And of course, y'all know Christine.
Yes. Y'all remember Christine? She was season
transracial parenting. So that's season 2, I think season 2 or 3.
Yeah. She was the first and the only white person that we've had on our show. So
true.
Yeah.
She made history.
You hear that, Christine? You made history on our show.
But yeah, so yeah. Thank y'all for being so welcoming to me, but also for being there for my cousin when I couldn't be there, especially right before, you know, it was, but y'all were here how many years before we moved here?
Oh gosh. When did y'all move? When was Alyssa?
So it was before we moved here in 2012.
About 4 years. I think we've been there about 4 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank y'all for filling in the gap.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank y'all.
Clearly, you got a taste of the Texas water. The minute you move to Texas, you get pregnant. So it's fair warning.
That's why I drink beer. That's why I drink bottle.
I thought you were going to say that's why I drink beer. FYI, if you're still listening, this is probably going to end up being a 2-part episode because we're going to keep talking.
Yeah, because it's been a minute, y'all, since we've been able to Terry and I have been talking, but it's always been like, we still have our moments and we still have to joke and chat, but it's been on these move chronicles because y'all don't know the story. When I see this move done ran my pressure up, literally. The doctor said, they looked at me and my charts and was like, are you okay? I said, I think I am.
Man,
what I got, doctor.
Let's talk about health here for a second. I ain't gonna go into my because of HIPAA, but definitely this move. You know what I'm saying? The health was like, and also I'm gonna fall off too.
Man, but my pressure's fine, y'all. I had spikes because I think it was stress related. And yeah, my mind was just in the 100,000. I even had to and mentally too, like it was taking a toll. Like I was thinking a little bit in kind of like anxiety and depression land a little bit. I had to take a social media sabbatical. So y'all ain't really seen me on that much, especially on our social media. Like we've been kind of MIA just because there's been so much transition going on. And like mentally, I think because the world, especially Texas, we opened up early.
Oh my God, yeah.
We ain't gonna get into that. When things started to open back up, I saw a decline in my mental state a bit for the same thing.
Is that not crazy?
Right. I think because you had, you self-adjusted to being kind of like isolated a bit.
Right.
And you had your kind of schedules and things you kind of finally got aligned and adjusted, but things started opening back up and then they started getting rid of masks.
Yep.
It was just like, that was kind of raising my anxiety a little bit, but also kids are getting out of school and then you're trying to figure out living situations.
Yeah.
All the different things going on with that piece. And of course, just being a Black person.
Man, I'm telling you, well, I was just going to say, I mean, truthfully, our peace got interrupted. You know what I'm saying? 2020 allowed for, not in always, and like you just said, as you just alluded to, that very last line, just being a Black person in America, you're not completely ever at 100% peace. But there was some sort of peace that allowed you to, like you said, kind of, I don't like the word necessarily isolate, but to, you know what I'm saying, that to allow you to have your personal boundaries in life and not feel obligated all the time to be here or be there or do this or do that and all that space. And you got time to get back to yourself. And so, like you said, then the world decided to open back up, or Texas opened back up. Then it was like, now suddenly we're doing all the things again.
Yes. But also to that point too, I realized that being home and not going out, it sent, I've always kind of been an overworker. I was always in overdrive that I had I really hit like a crash in June. Because we took the whole month of June off, you guys, to, again, transition. We were moving. We knew we couldn't be doing our recordings and be managing things. But also we took it as a time to like, for our own selves to kind of have a rest and break. But by me slowing down this month, that in the month of June, I kind of got into the depression a little bit, y'all. Like, I think it's because my body has been so accustomed to like always being in grandma, always trying to have it, be on top of things, go, do this. Even though we, at the time we were over, for a year we were home, but I felt like being home because we were out, I felt like I had to do more. And I was always just doing more, that when the world reopened too, I know it probably don't make sense, but I'm trying to articulate. I really hit a real wall and a crash, and I contemplated like, dude, like, what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then too, also getting back adjusted to being back out in the world. Like, we've been to a few gatherings and like, I think yours was a start.
Yeah.
No. It was the graduation for Ashley.
Yeah. That was the first. You talk about social anxiety?
Girl, yeah.
Awkward.
Let us know in the comments.
Please.
When, and let us know. Did y'all feel the same way when you went to your first social event that you was just like, dude, how does this work? How am I supposed to
talk to people?
Okay, I gotta think of topics. I was tired. I'm already naturally an introvert. I'm an introverted extrovert in a way. But, as a natural introvert, you have your time and space. You got this little window, like, man, let's socialize. And then you hit that crack,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be bothered. It's time you go home.
Right.
But when you on, so you want to tell them about the dinner, which was a great and lovely time.
Yes. Congratulations again, Ashley.
Dr.
Joe.
Can we give that for a doctor in the house?
Yes. Another Black doctor. You highly melanated and educated. That's what we do around here. No, yeah. So my brother-in-law threw my sister-in-law, his wife, a surprise graduation party. We had a little dinner, and then afterwards we had like a little cruise, you know what I'm saying, music and drinks cruise on the lake. A little boat cruise on the lake.
Beautiful.
It really was. First of all, I say this all the time, but then I also end up engaging in these activities. But I'd be like, Black people in boats, do not. We should have learned. We should have learned.
Yeah, it's like how long we gonna be on?
How long we gonna be on this boat? Somebody said that. They were like, "How long we gonna be?" Just got on.
We need to know if I'm still on this boat. When am I expected to be back on ground?
Right. Exactly.
Last time, we gotta ask these questions.
Last time y'all took us across the Atlantic and we never made it back. Okay. I'm gonna stop joking. But yeah, just Black people in boats. So. Was that, but then had it been raining on and off that whole day?
It was.
And I want to say it was starting to rain again or something. So it's like we were out on lake, so you could tell like the boat got to really kind of rocking and rolling there for a minute. It's like, what is going on? But it was so funny because like we were all kind of like sitting in our own spaces, but like, and even at dinner, like I was sitting across from somebody and it was my first time meeting them. And I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to ask.
Got to the point with my husband, when we got here on the ride home, he was like, I understand how you feel now. I won't ever talk about you as an introvert. He was like, man, I'm exhausted mentally. Like, it's been a minute since we've been, because literally, y'all, that was our first outing in over a year.
Yes. So I'm sitting next to Cordell. Me and him, we look at each other, we say a couple things and then like turn our backs.
He said he went up to the upper deck just to kind of look outside. He was like, I like find a moment to myself. He's like, I didn't know what to do. And
I kept telling Dre, I was like, when we got in the car, I was like, I felt bad because I was like, me and Cordell sitting right next to each other. It's like, we would talk, but then I was like, I couldn't. I was like, and I kept telling Dre, I was like, I hope Cordell didn't feel like I was being weird with him.
He was the same. He's like, I hope Terry didn't think I was ignoring anything, but I was just tired of talking. Not like tired of talking to her. I was just like,
it's like I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I forgot what to do. Like conversation, we gotta go back to the basics.
Man.
Like, all talk.
And then the cruise was over. We got back to the dock, and we were saying bye. I thought y'all was right behind us.
I said, they took off. I looked around. You and Dre was gone.
We was out. He's like, had enough of that. Great to see everybody. Congratulations. We are going home.
And went straight to bed.
Immediately. Immediately went to bed.
Oh, we have gotten better since. Like, we're building our endurance, our social endurance. That was what I tell people.
Right.
Our social endurance is building. We done been to a few events now.
Yeah.
Look out, like small gatherings.
Of course.
And most of us have been fully
vaccinated. If that's not your thing,
that's not your thing. Yeah, but anywho, yeah, that was a fun occasion, a great occasion, and I'm glad that was my first.
Agreed.
Oh,
a big
outing into the world.
Yeah, for sure. And
not coming out the club, but coming out the house. My first coming out the house moment.
Right. Exactly. So let me just ask you this. I know kind of like transition, but let me ask you this: How are you feeling so far? We're over. Well, we're halfway into the year already, but how are you feeling so far about 2021? Before you answer that, I just want to say, Dionne Warwick, if you follow her on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, and if you're not following Dionne Warwick, I highly suggest, and I'm not one to tell people who to follow, but please go follow Auntie Dionne. Because Auntie Dion told us, she told 2021, she said, that was one of her first tweets of the year. Don't come in here with that foolishness on 2021. 2021, don't come in here with that foolishness. But we know how 2021 started 6 days into the year. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And since then, there have been an array of things that have happened. But I just want to know, how are you feeling about 2020?
It's just been a run on sentence. I don't know if that accurately describes it. But
it describes it perfectly. I know exactly what you meant when you said that.
It's been a run-on sentence of, and it's crazy too when I talk to different people and we like talk about things, and we as we know 2020 happened, but your point of reference of doing things and stuff is really 2019. You'll be forgetting that it's been over a year. It was like, last year, no, that was not. So I think still the remnants of 2020. We caught, we got the overage. So I'm hoping that the second half of 2021, we are depleted of that overage. But it's been, if I can say it, I feel like I'm answering like a Miss America question. If I could say one thing about 2021 is that it's been a run-on sentence of 2020.
Definitely. You're welcome. Great question. I mean, great answer. Thank you. Thank you for answering that question. No, I agree. I'm just saying bluntly, 2021 was showing the ass in a different way from 2020. It's different. I think it is like the most bizarre, random things. And not to say that, because the pandemic is obvious, it's not bizarre, and it's not, but we don't do that. Like a pandemic is not a normal.
I mean, it's been some foolishness. People ain't leaving these houses acting a fool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a week. That didn't just.
That up there shaking his hands like, I done punished them to their rooms for a whole year. I just don't.
You think y'all go sit down somewhere and
don't know what to do now.
What did you do while you was in your room? Did you even sit and think about anything? Did you? Apparently not. You didn't sit and think about anything. So, I don't know. Then we've got the whole performative justice with making Juneteenth a national holiday. Yeah. Okay, great.
But on the back end of that, critical race theory is not being taught in classes. We want to ban that, and we want to, restrict voting rights now.
I was about to say that part. Well,
we're gonna give y'all a day. We celebrate that day rather if it's recognized.
Regardless, we've been celebrating that day, so okay, whatever.
Quit jumping, leaping up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. Quit jumping, quit leaping, quit crisscrossing, and all that stuff. First of all, how can you ban something that's technically not taught in schools? It's taught in a grad school and law school. It is not taught in elementary schools, but whatever floats your boat to just be like, you just don't want them to teach Black
history. And we pick and choose in histories now? Because I wish I could have went to school like, you know what? I don't want to take history.
Come on.
It don't apply to me.
Don't apply to me. Well, I didn't do nothing to them. What I got to learn about that for? So there's that. But we all know that's just a ploy to, we don't want to teach the truth to the children. And so we'll find any and everything, any buzzword we can attach our agenda to and say, we don't want these things being taught to our children in school. But if you actually knew what it really was, it's not being taught in elementary school. It's a whole. Right. Anyway, that's for higher education. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say.
2021.
Oh, I know clearly y'all know by now. If you don't know by now, when we record these episodes, sometimes we're speaking
current
events or current events that have already happened, if that makes sense, by the time the episode airs. Yeah. So but y'all know what I'm talking about. So we just celebrated Juneteenth. It has not even been a week. On last night.
I have to go with this, and I'm just going to sit back.
On last night, the Senate gets the opportunity to vote for the what is it called, the Voting Rights Act or something, but they named it something. Republicans was like, no, all 50 of them. No, we will not vote for equal access to voting rights and like none of that. And furthermore, instead of making Juneteenth a holiday, how about you make voting national, like the election day, a national holiday, so everyone can have the day off and be able to do due diligence as an American citizen, practice the right to vote. How about that? We don't need a national holiday for Juneteenth, honestly. Do we appreciate it? Sure. That's great. Like Yana said, we're going to celebrate that regardless. We were celebrating that. Y'all just found out about it last year. So miss us with that. But Black people in this country.
Go ahead.
Black people.
I had a side comment, but
you go ahead.
I'm gonna hold my tongue on that comment.
Okay.
I'm trying to do better.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say let it rip. But yeah, people, we have been fighting in this country for decades now at this point for equal and accessible rights to being able to vote, to exercise our right, our God-given right as an American citizen to vote. And y'all be knocking that stuff down left and right, state by state. I don't understand. I don't understand. So I'm going to put it out there. If anybody else here with me, let's push for the idea of Election Day being recognized as a national holiday, a federal holiday, opposed to something else. And like I said, that's not me being ungrateful, that is wonderful news. That's great news that y'all finally acknowledge Juneteenth as a national holiday.
But do you acknowledge Juneteenth?
Do you acknowledge Juneteenth?
I don't care about the day. I care about, do you acknowledge the events?
And not only that, but really think, that's what's going to exactly the events of Juneteenth, what that really, really means. Because people are like, oh, that's the day that slaves were finally free. No, you dimwits. And I'm not talking to Black people.
There might be a couple too.
Well, there may be a few. But the fact that we have to celebrate this day because 2-3 years prior, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, and they was just like, we'll get down there, let the other people know at some point that they're actually free. Like that information was withheld from Black people. The right to vote is being withheld from Black people.
Right.
Y'all see a pattern here?
Right.
I'm sorry.
And we can honor all the other days, but why can't we fully honor the people who literally with their hands built
Come on.
this country?
Come on. Oh, I know why they won't, because they don't want to teach about it in schools. So,
yeah.
Turning
the page.
Yeah.
We got our eyes on you, America.
Sure do. Since we're shifting gears, yes, America, we do have our eyes on you. Let's shift gears real quick. I just want to say something real quick, and then we can talk about our guests, and then I maybe start wrapping this thing up.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna leave my girl Chloe Bailey alone.
What they done did to Chloe now?
Okay? Y'all gonna leave my girl Chloe Bailey alone. Because y'all know I ride for Chloe and Halle.
Yeah, if y'all don't know,
I discovered
she knew Chloe before Beyonce. Let's just be clear.
Come on. I don't know how many times
that Chloe and Halle before.
I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all. Y'all gonna give me my respect like Soulja Boy. Anyway, or not Soulja Boy, who was that? Baby
Birdman.
Birdman. Put some respect
Baby
on
Birdman.
my name. Yeah, Baby Birdman. He the same person. Put some respect on my name. Juneteenth, ABC, somebody did special. Soul of the Nation did a special. This is her first time performing her. She did Nina
Simone.
Yes.
Yes. Because I didn't see that. I didn't catch that one, but I caught her and she did it on GMA. And I was like, she got deep flying high.
Hey, the range. Sis has range. I saw that performance. Well, she performed that rendition on Saturday night, and people were up in arms because Chloe put Chloe in that thing. She danced.
Because she ain't Nina.
He was well, not even that. The song say feeling good. Freedom is mine and I'm feeling good. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And she feeling good. So she let us know. But not only that, if people knew Nina Simone, did they research on Nina Simone? Y'all, you know.
Yeah.
You know how Nina was. If y'all really knew how Nina Simone was, y'all would not have a problem with how sis did this performance. If you've not got a chance, go back and watch it if you get a chance, YouTube or something like that. But people were up in arms because they felt like she was doing too much. It was too provocative. It was too sexy. It was like Nina Simone was the epitome of shaking free of that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like being completely free in your element, in your body, and letting the music move you, and to be able to be free and be sexy and in your own skin when you're performing, and not even just when you're performing, but just in general.
I mean, that's a whole episode right there.
As a Black woman, you have
quit shaming Black women,
please,
and Black women quit shaming your fellow Black women.
Thank you. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just need to step on the podium for a minute to say that about that performance because she absolutely killed it. She killed that performance and she killed that GMA performance. And she is, if y'all don't know by now, she coming for y'all next. So anyway, that's that on that. I'm sorry.
Get with it, get left. Don't be running after her. Anywho. We stand by you, sweetheart.
And Hallie, we waiting on these red locks to come flowing now. I done seen a couple of
shots. Don't y'all come incorrect with her when they release this mermaid. Because how y'all already showed yourselves when she was cast for
Exactly. Trust me, she is coming for y'all next too. I done seen a couple of shots and...
Ooh, child. I just feel like they got little sisters, so we gotta step in. Because it's tired. We tired of Black women being disrespected.
Period. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson, Simone Biles, Simone Manuel. Who else? Allison Felix.
I was gonna say Shelley Frazier because she's Jamaican, but she's still a Black girl.
She's Black woman.
Black woman.
Jordan Childs. I don't know if they're supposed to have the trials coming up, but Jordan Childs, I'm pretty sure she'll make the team for gymnastics. All the Black girl magic.
Girl, I had a magic shock. It just...
What just happened over? What's going on? She had a convulsion.
Yeah, a little vote just got and kind of, pumped me. And I had a little magic shot just thinking about it. I can't wait. I booked my vacation around the... You understand me? We're going to be back in the saddle when...
I know that's right.
I want to know when sister in the air. I want to know when sister on the land. I want to know when sister in the sea.
Yes, ma'am.
In the pool. But you know what I get. I need to know them 3 schedules.
Absolutely.
Some of them other events, I don't really too much care about, but
we gonna watch that track field and pool.
I mean, if somebody can make a Black schedule of the Olympics,
shout out to Naomi Osaka too. Right. Shout out to Naomi Osaka.
Sis said, y'all keep y'all little trophies, your little event. But I'm going to see you at the Olympics, though.
Sure did. She was like, I ain't answering no questions, but I'll see you in Tokyo.
I'll see you in Tokyo. We will see you, Naomi. We see you and we here for you.
Right.
Girl.
Listen, because sis bilingual, she probably was like, she probably ain't going to answer no questions for English speaking reporters. She going to do them all, give all the Japanese reporters. She going to do all her post, you know what I'm talking about. Her post-game interviews with Japanese reporters.
But I had said something, I made an Issa Rae comment, and I was like, but Issa this summer too. That's why I said the Black magic voltage. This girl, we on high voltage this season.
Super high voltage.
Issa, girl, you better get them deals in them movies and them radios and whatever, just
right. Record labels.
She got a hairline, too, product line.
Do she?
Yes, and Tarjay. I forgot the name of it. But
I
yeah,
missed it.
yeah, it's been out for, I think she released it this year. But yeah, she touching everything.
Oh
And I
my
ain't mad at it,
God.
girl. You got the golden touch at the moment, and I ain't, you stand in your light. You
She
know,
got that Midas touch. Whoa,
she got it. And there's people hating on that too. I'm like, yeah, y'all got to make up your mind. Do you want black women to advance or do you not? Like,
and honestly, it really don't matter whether they want to or not, because we're going to do it anyway.
we going to do it anyway.
We going to do it anyway.
The voltage is high this year. So y'all better get used to it. You're going to get shocked. You're going to be shocked a lot this year. You're going to be shocked.
Shocked. You're going to be shocked in more ways than one, okay?
Because I think the voltage just gets heating up on melanated conversation.
Come on. You sense it because I sense it too. Do you sense it? Because I sense it too.
If we decide to release this video, y'all gonna catch all of it.
All of it.
Might be some clips we need to show on Instagram.
Right. The boomerang or something where you just doing this.
That's coming a new thing, you know. We throwing black magic votes. Wait, not black magic, but black girl magic. That's
right. No, I know what you meant.
You know, somebody might be like, oh, I knew they were some witches.
Because, you know, that's what they call us too.
Anywho. Okay. We're really going to prepare to close and really get a little sneak peek of what's coming with the ladies that we chatted with this season.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up this season, we talked to our girl Adrian. Oh, our chocolate city sister.
Yes.
Who lives, you know, not bi-coastal, but what is it called? International.
She got that dual citizenship. Does she have dual citizenship? I can't remember.
Swiss and yeah.
Yeah.
She getting that Swiss chocolate.
That Swiss chocolate right there. That's that lit.
Yes. So, yeah, Adrian, she is actually...
The Democrats abroad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't she part of the Democratic
National Convention?
Yeah, the Democratic National. We had a it's always love when we talk to Adrian. She's like our family that is reunited with. So y'all can really, it's pretty lengthy.
It is.
But it was some good chatting, some good talking. We talked about all things, especially from a political lens, what it's been like this past year or so, in just years, decades, generations for us. And also just life as Black women and all the great things. So that has been a great episode. Victoria Ortiz, come on. She paid.
Sis be out here fighting. She be arting.
She be arting. She gives art. She put the art in art. That didn't make no kind of sense.
To me, it don't matter. Oh Lord!
But is it Ghanaian? Is that the proper tone? Whenever
I think. I don't want to misspeak though.
Victoria, you can call us out if we don't say it right.
Feel free.
But she's our Ghanaian sister.
Yes.
Ghana.
Yes.
She's first generation. Is she first generation?
She is. I think she is.
But she brings creatives together, and we talk about her journey of, you know, starting with intimate dinners with the Black creatives to hosting international retreats in her native land in Ghana. And girl, we ready. We getting our coinage together because we coming on these retreats or two.
Indeed.
No, seriously. It's just, you know, with the housing situation right now, you know, my savings and my check-ins.
Okay, Kevin.
Right.
But that was such a great episode. Such a great upcoming episode.
Yes. So we talk all about her journey and that too. Then we had Trinette, mother of etiquette.
Yes.
I think she's the only Black certified, like actual national.
Yes.
That actually certifies individuals in the land of etiquette. yes, she's been in this space
for years. She's been doing this for a long time.
And she know people.
Bringing people under her wing. And yes, definitely, she knows people. She actually, she wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
She shares about her book.
She has a whole series. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. We talk a lot about that experience and her journey and just being not only just the first, but the only. Nationally certified
etiquette trainer. Yeah.
Like she has a whole program system, everything.
Yep.
I know Lady Trinette. I'm sorry that I need to take some courses because my etiquette right now ain't probably the best. She probably listened to this like, oh my gosh. I did not tell her. No, she's so down to earth, and it was a great conversation.
Yes, definitely. Sable and Brooklyn.
Yes, we were connected with them we want to give our sis.
Yes. Bethany.
Yes. No, we want to give our sis Bethany. And I'm in Caroline.
Caroline.
Because the connection with them, we actually met these phenomenal women through working with them. And we were just like, we got to get y'all on the show.
Yeah.
We're like, we know we here to, help y'all with y'all show, but can y'all talk to the people? Because people need to hear what y'all got going on.
Absolutely.
Yes, they talk all things
equity within education, specifically for Black and Brown children, training administrators all over the country to make sure that they are implementing real equity and equality within the education system. And man, they are here. Whew.
Right. And even more so now, since we're having this conversation about like how our history is being removed from schools. Yeah. Critical race theory is not being like, this is a good episode to
absolutely
and to work with them. Like, y'all.
Yes.
When I say these women doing it, they doing some things for the people.
Yeah.
So thank y'all.
I told Sable at the end of that call, I said, you shush, I might have to go back into education just to fire some people up.
I can see it. I can see it. I ain't never been in education, and I ain't, I give all props to our educators and our administrators and everything. Because y'all could do what I couldn't do. I saw that tried and true. Last year was an indicator.
So you know what?
It takes a special God-given talent in person to be an educator, a true educator for the
Absolutely.
People.
Absolutely.
All the things that y'all have to go through too. And that's something that we talk about in the episode, like the health and mental aspect of an educator and understanding the support of an educator.
Yes, the impact.
Especially at another layer, an educator of Black and Brown children.
Yes, an impact versus intent.
Mm-hmm. That's a good.
Anyway, we can't give y'all everything.
We gave quite a bit, but y'all gotta catch it on your own. And we had Diane Plummer.
Yes.
Oh, our Jamaican sister.
Man, she's a chemist, professor, business owner, engineer.
When I say she do everything,
she does everything,
and does it so well and effortlessly and grace. Yeah, we're gonna talk. Again, like I told y'all, the Black girl magic voltage is on high.
Super high.
And I don't see that dial turning down no time soon.
This is just all the way
glimpse. This is a glimpse of what's to come. We got some more fire coming for you, but you got to catch it for this season. Catch it.
You don't catch it for yourself.
You got to catch it. We
gonna tell you about it.
Right. We can talk all day, but you got to sometimes. This is another message.
Come on.
People can talk to you all day. You can listen to chat all day, but you gotta take the initiative to get the message yourself.
Come on.
You gotta seek the resources.
Come on. You gotta be proactive.
Be proactive. an example, and I ain't talking about the Proactive that you put on your face. We got a sister that got products that you can put on your face, but you don't know until you listen to the show.
Come on.
Be proactive.
Be ready
Yeah.
for the coming.
Yes.
Of the Black Girl Magic.
A way you can be proactive when it comes to this show.
Come on, what can you do?
You can catch our episodes when they drop on every Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
You can tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell a friend
to tell a friend. What else can we do?
You can go and you can go on the storefronts.
Yes, you
and
can.
Get you an item or two for you and your boo.
You and you and you.
Yes. You can like, you can share. You ain't got us. There are ways to support that don't require monetary value.
That's right. You can leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Say hi. Oh, I didn't get that right. I said say
hi, and leave us 5 stars on that iTunes if you get an opportunity.
Right, not 1, not 2, not 3,
not 4,
but 5
stars for season
5.
Yes, sir.
If you get more than that, we take that too.
We'll take it too.
We're not limited to what the stars dictate.
Come on.
But if you had to start somewhere, start with the number, just hold up one hand and start there.
With 5.
And if you ain't got a hand to hold up,
come on. Because we acknowledge that everybody is not able-bodied.
But we appreciate you too.
Yeah, yes indeed. Throw up a fist if you got to.
Double fist.
Double fisted. You got 10 toes, 5 on each foot.
If you got 2 ears and 2 eyes.
Come on.
We just need you to, look us up.
Come on.
To us.
Yes, indeed. Use your mouth and tell somebody about us.
Use your senses.
Use your 5 senses.
You're feeling the spirit of the 5. You got 5 senses for the season 5 with 5 stars in. Oh, I feel it. 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 I feel it.
Number 5.
Come on, number 5. Yeah, we retarded. Please delete that word.
Bethany, bleep that out.
I'm trying to get back. We ignorant, y'all. We ignorant.
Yeah, we are.
Please forgive us. It's been a moment since we've been able to be back into our element in this space, so please forgive us.
Yeah.
And I will give my disclaimer, we're not here to offend anyone. But when we're out here, we're all family. And, and we're family. Especially in our family, we don't care who you are. We got a Joan for everybody. Everybody's equal opportunity.
Absolutely.
So we are inclusive of
no cracking. We gonna get these jokes off.
Yes.
Absolutely. Man.
Oh. Well, thank y'all if y'all have rocked with us this long in this episode. But not even just this episode, but for all 5 seasons.
Yes.
Going to our new season. We do appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. I'm going to stick beside them. Y'all going to stick beside us? Y'all going to stick beside us? Stick beside us. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in every single week. Y'all already know if we're not on the air, y'all can always just go back and rerun them episodes again.
Rerun. Just like when you do you know how you catch your favorite show and it's been a little minute since you've been through about 3-4 months since you're like, oh, I forgot how did it end? Feel free. We got all 4 seasons for you to go ahead and go back through the rotation. Run it back. We might run a little contest. We might get a little trivia on a older show. You might run it
That's
back
right.
to episode 5.
That's right.
Which episode is that?
Season 2, episode 5?
I can't tell you because
I don't know either. I was like, season 2, episode. That's
we done talked to a lot of women and y'all need to get to know them. That's all I'm saying. See?
That's it. You might have to drop a name. Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, thank y'all again so much. We always appreciate, you being here and helping us uplift and support our Black women, all of our stories. We're always here to share our lessons and celebrate our successes. So
yes,
thank y'all for the safe space of grace.
Yes.
Uplifting the human race.
Yes.
Chilling with us when we sometimes go off base.
Yes.
And even when we fired up and ready to make somebody's face.
Come on.
Here in the place.
Thank you. Thank you. And until next time, because we're going to switch it up for y'all.
Melanate on that.
Boom.
Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our chat today. Keep the conversation going by heading to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leaving us a review.
Have a story of your own to share? Email us at info@melanatedconversations.com or connect with us on social media at Melanated Conversations. Till next time, keep raising your voice.